everybody. Welcome to Disabled Disney. We're doing panel chat today. I'm Alyssa.
I'm Jillian.
And I'm David.
And so we're going to have our other guests introduce themselves. So, Doofily Crew.
Good.
Hi, we're the Doofily Crew. Meredith and Ron.
Hello.
I don't know what else you want us to say.
So, tell them about your channel and where to find you on social media.
All right, let me see.
Yep. So we're a family forward. We go to Florida in Universal and the Disney parks all the time in Orlando. So we kind of vlog our adventures and kind of talk about some things we see in the Disney news and just try to have fun. So you can kind of find us all, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, under the Doofily Crew. So, and we go live every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time if you ever want to hop in.
Angie. Okay, who wants to be next? Jill, do you want to go? Tell us about your blog and where to find you on social media.
Hey, hi, I'm Jill. I am the owner of Minnie on Main. We are a Disney and Universal blog, but mostly Disney. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we also have our website, minnieonmain.com.
Thank you. And now on to Angie.
Hey, I'm Angie, and my channel is called Grateful for Disney, and I do mostly Disney videos, Disney kind of craftsy thing with patches or models, like making models, and occasionally whenever we get out of the house, we do a tour of wherever it is we're going to be, like a resort tour, room tour, stuff like that.
Well, welcome in, everybody. And hi to everybody coming in chat. So we're talking about like the changes to Disney World with the coronavirus. So we're planning a trip right now. We're going in September, and the Doofilies are going in 3 weeks. But Angie and Jill, you guys have been recently. So we want to kind of talk about. So like Disney announced today, they're closing loopholes in their mask policy. And so you can't walk and drink anything or eat anymore. So I want to find out from you guys too, what's it like going to Disney World wearing a mask? Angie, Jill, do you want to take that?
That's my mom just said hi. You can go first if you want.
Okay. I was honestly really nervous about wearing a mask. My son has some sensory issues, and I was super nervous about how he would do with his mask. He did great. He did better than I did. We'd go to the rest areas where you're allowed to take your mask off, and he just wanted to keep it on. I was ready to take it off, but it honestly wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. You got used to it. You really did. We found some tips and tricks to make it a little easier. I think your mask choice really matters. Thick vinyl decals I found not so great. But yeah, it really wasn't that bad in our experience.
We didn't find it bad either. I mean, I think your mask, it does matter what kind of mask you have. I think trying out a few different masks before you go and making sure whether it's a pointed one or well, at the time they didn't mind the gator, those ones that cover the neck, those are actually really cool, because they're not like blocking heat from coming up under your mask there. But we didn't have any problem. And as far as drinking and walking with that was a problem. So we just ended up not doing it that much, because what I wanted to do was cut a little hole in my mask for my straw, which you obviously can't do. So we just ended up, anything we knew we were going to eat or drink, we just sat down when you knew you could just take the mask off completely and just drank it and ate it. And then I kept a bottle of water in my backpack for when I really needed something to drink, but it wasn't bad at all. And we did Universal Studios also and just didn't have any problems. It just wasn't as bad as I expected it to be.
Well, that's good, because the one person that I've talked to, she said that it was horrible, and they stayed for like 2 hours, I went home. She's an annual pass holder that lives in Florida. She's like, it was horrible. We stayed for 2 hours, and then I couldn't take it anymore, and we left. And she said the same thing, though. The kids were doing better than she was. Like, she said her kids, her boys, were great, but she was like, nope, I can't take this anymore. It's horrible. It's hot. It's raining. It was uncomfortable with the mask being wet. She was like, I'm not. She's like, we're going home. Is what she told me. So
You know, the weather could have something to do with it. Like we had bright, pretty sunny days, and so if you're either expecting rain or maybe it's just rained and it's maybe muggier, that could make it steamy and feel thicker, perhaps.
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, we were actually caught in a rainstorm, and I found that my wet mask, it did make it a little harder. Um, so I would recommend carry an extra mask in your bag, change out for a dry one if it gets wet. Um, but yeah, we were blessed with really great weather, and we would dip in with the air conditioning when we needed to cool off.
Yeah, we actually picked up 10 different masks from different places and actually tried them all out. We found the ones that have like the breathable hole with the filter actually seemed to work the best for us because you still could actually breathe through your nose. You didn't have to breathe through your mouth. But that's kind of our ace in the hole in case once we get to Florida, trying, the masks we thought would work. If they don't work, we know at least those would work for us.
Yeah, we actually did a vlog on it, of the different masks. We tested them out and tried them on and showed which kinds we bought.
Yeah, we're gonna do that too. I bought a bunch of different kinds. I'm still waiting on a few of them to come because the mail's delayed. Because everybody's delayed with mail. But yeah, we have some with the breathable filters too. Yeah, that's
The only issue I have with that is this is the mask I was wearing at work when I caught it.
right.
So
we're gonna do a vlog about that too, but
my faith in masks stopping the spread of it is shot with the fact that all of us were wearing them at work. One of the guys was wearing a gaiter every day, and he got it. One of the guys was wearing a mask that didn't have a filter on it. He got it. This is what I was wearing. My boss was wearing one that was really thick. It had like 3 layers of somebody just went to like Michael's and got 3 layers of fabric and sewed them together. That's what he was wearing, and he caught it through that mask. So, I honestly, I kind of believe at this point that if you're going to get it, you're going to get it regardless of what kind of mask you're wearing. So
try to make it most comfortable as you can for the rules in your areas. What we're going with now.
That's what I'm going to tell you.
That's our philosophy right now.
I mean, I have a few other thoughts on that, but I'm going to keep my thoughts on that to myself. But
yeah, that's kind of our thing right now, is trying to make it the most comfortable. I have asthma and anxiety, and I have yet to find a mask I can wear for longer than about 45 minutes without panicking.
I have anxiety, and I also have airway constriction related PTSD. And I have trouble wearing a mask normally. And I found at Disney, whether it was Disney magic, whether I was just so happy to be there that I didn't notice, it just kind of all went away while I was there.
See, that's what I'm hoping for.
I came back home, it came right back. But while I was there, it did not bother me.
So that's what I am hoping for. Like, it will just hit me that I'm there and I will be okay.
Tinkerbell will come down and go,
right. So my background is medical, and anytime I would have a patient that I would have to use PPE, so mask and gown and everything, I would go in, do whatever I had to do as fast as I could, and leave because I can't handle the fabric touching my skin. It makes me just like,
Yeah, her skin is really sensitive.
it just makes me like jump out of my skin or something, and I can't breathe through it, and then the panic sets in. And then it makes it worse. So I am like having the hardest time trying to find something right now. I've ordered all sorts of different types. I'm still waiting for a few of them.
This is another type of mask that we got.
Yeah,
this is the one I've been using. It's
she
got
likes it because it's camo.
Yeah, and it's got the pinching part at the top.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't have glasses, that don't understand, if you have a mask on with glasses that doesn't have that, your glasses fog up.
She's having a hard time with the glasses.
And you can't see.
Now, I'm curious how the whole wearing a mask is going to work for me with the 3D glasses on those rides, because it doesn't matter whether I'm wearing a mask or not. I put them on, they fog up.
He has so much body heat radiating normally that
like,
we will go on Star Tours and he puts them on and they're just gone.
I have to actually put them on when we're standing there in line waiting for them to warm up a little bit, so that way I can actually see when I'm on the ride.
Do you know anything about the masks that people have put coffee filters between the layers for more protection? I have not heard about that at all.
Coffee filters?
Yeah. So we originally tried that with some cloth masks we bought from Etsy. We tried it with the in the filter slot. We just used coffee filters,
like the cone ones. Yeah, the cone coffee filter.
So as like do you take it apart and like put it in it or just like behind it or?
There's a pocket in the mask and it just kind of like folds it over and put it in there.
I don't know if this has that or not.
What they're talking about is putting them.
Oh, because none of the other masks I have that have that. But
some masks have pockets, some don't.
You're talking about putting it in there, right?
Yep, in the pocket.
Yeah,
a pocket in there.
Yeah,
because because it has this to where you can go.
Yeah, through it.
Straight through it.
Yeah. The other thing you could use is, those blue shop towels that you can get at the automotive store?
Yeah.
They say you could use those as well.
I tried putting like Kleenex in mine to like put it up so that way the mask like maybe wasn't touching, because I don't know if it's what the masks are made of or what. But as soon as it starts rubbing against my skin, like as I'm talking and moving and stuff, my skin just like starts screaming at me. It feels like my face is on fire. So I tried putting like some Kleenex in, thinking that would help, but it didn't.
We are looking for ways to make sure that she can do this.
We're trying different things right now, different masks.
Because I don't think any of us need to tell any of you it's not cheap to go to Disney World.
I actually, and you can all laugh at me for this because I know how silly it is, but I found a trick that helped me because I hate the hot air in my mask when I'm breathing. And I took a page out of Carousel of Progress and Uncle Orville. What I did was I'd pop an ice cube in my mouth and just let it melt. And as it melted, the air that I was breathing was cooler and it cooled my face down in my mask. And I know that's just silly, but it really worked and it was really helpful.
Ingenuity.
That's a good idea. Like, that's something to try. It's not silly at all. Like, I don't think it's silly. That's probably
I
actually.
think that's almost on the level of genius.
That's a really good idea.
You might have to try that.
Just have ice with me all the time. Keep popping ice cubes. Or I wonder, like, if like, like that. What's it called? That gum that like has like the ice cube popping pearls in it. Like if that would do it, because that kind of has that cooling action too with it. I wonder if that would work.
I don't think that actually cools anything though. I think
but
it's
it
just
feels like it does.
Yeah, but I don't think it actually lowers any temperature. So
I don't know. It feels like it does. I could try that too. But the ice cubes would be good because you can just get free ice. Are they still letting you do the free ice? Like you can go get like a cup of ice? Are they still doing all that stuff? That's good.
Yeah.
And you were talking about the 3D glasses and riding the rides when we were at Universal. That was a little bit of something I wouldn't say it was like a no deal. Like I still wanted to be there and do it, but that was a little because I wear glasses and then I would put the bigger, bulkier 3D glasses. Plus, you've got this thing on your nose, and I just felt like I've got this, big thing on my face. And I'm like, I was trying to hold it all together and keep my glasses from fogging up, all at the same time, trying to watch the ride. So it was a little tricky. If I probably should have just tried to do it without the 3D. I mean, without my glasses, but it's easier to see what's going on with the double layer of my glasses plus the
She
3D.
takes off her glasses because of that. Like she has a hard time with trying to juggle her glasses and then the 3D glasses
Because like
on the ride.
they don't sit right, and so I'm just like,
So she just normally takes her glasses off and deals with it during the ride.
and if it's something like Star Tours, I've been there, I've seen it all.
It's not such a big deal. So, like the other thing I was really curious about is I heard that they were they were going to allow Disney gift cards now for mobile order. And I was asking Jill about this. She said she's experienced with it. You want to tell us about mobile ordering with Disney gift cards? I'm excited to learn about this, actually.
I actually use Disney gift card exclusively when I'm down there. And I was really nervous about the mobile order because they've never allowed it with mobile order before, but they have, in fact, added that option. And all you have to do, it's just a simple click of a button to say that you're using a gift card. You put the gift card in. The only annoying thing is it doesn't save the gift card like it saves your credit card information. So you have to put the number in every single time you do a mobile order. But the fact that we have that ability at all with them going mobile order only is a godsend. I really enjoyed that fact.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I've always hated with mobile order at Disneyland was, we couldn't use gift cards, so I would never do that. And then they were saying no cash, they want, gift cards or credit cards only. And I was like, so one of the things I started doing to save money was I'm putting money, I figured out a budget we need and figured out how much a week I need to put on a Disney gift card. And so that's what I'm doing to budget out our meals and stuff. And then I started getting worried. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not going to be able to mobile order with a gift card. But then I heard somewhere that they were going to be allowing that with mobile order now, which was like really exciting. But I wanted to make sure because I knew that was going to be kind of a pain without it.
And another thing, they're recommending no cash, but they will still take it.
See, I had heard that they were going to turn people away and tell them to go buy a Disney gift card from guest services, is what I had heard. So.
That wasn't my experience, and of course, I was there in the first few days they were open, so that might be a kink that they work out later. But my experience was I was able at drink carts when I desperately needed a water. I could hand them cash and they accepted it. Mobile order, of course, you can't use cash because you have to pay at the time. But like the quick service, like food stands for like a quick bottle of water or a quick thing of popcorn, they were taking cash, and the stores for merchandise were also taking cash, but they very, very strongly recommended against cash.
Okay.
So it's better to have another option with you.
Right. Yeah, I've been, budgeting and saving and putting money on the gift card, but I've just been so worried about all these changes. Like, how are we going to do stuff? Did either of you guys make dining reservations and do a sit down like table service? They're doing like a check-in thing now were they doing that then when you were there? You want to tell us about that? Because I'm really interested to hear how that's working too, because like all these changes like the coronavirus. I've been training myself for months watching Disney vlogs, and now it's all different.
I know watching DFB and Tim Tracker and all those can make you just like, oh. But we did one dinner. We did the T-Rex. So we were in Disney Springs, and we reserved. I think it was either the night before. I think it was the night before, and then they do a check-in, and the tables were Okay, so most of the tables were spaced out. Where we were, my father would probably tell you it was too close. It was in that ice cave, and we were right at the doorway. So we were right where people were walking by, and some people were getting up and going to the bathroom and stuff without masks, or they were walking around and taking pictures without masks. That was really the only time I saw people walking around without a mask on. Most people did it, but you saw it occasionally. You'd see a little kid run by as they were heading to the bathroom. But as far as the reservations, it was just using the Disney app and got the confirmation email, and you walk up to the counter and they sat us within minutes of being there. It wasn't a wait at all. It was very convenient. It was we could get spoiled to Disney Springs being that low of a crowd.
I did Liberty Tree Tavern in Magic Kingdom, Mama Melrose at Hollywood Studios, and we did Chef Mickey for breakfast one day. And I have to say, the mobile check-in is a change that I really hope stays. I really enjoy the mobile check-in. You would get a notification 15 minutes before your reservation time saying it's time to check in from your My Disney Experience app. You check in, and it had an opportunity there to tell them about special dietary needs, allergies, high chairs you might need, everything taken care of right there on the app. And in our case for Liberty Tree Tavern, we checked in, getting in line for Haunted Mansion, and as we were exiting the ride, they said, "Our table's ready, head to the restaurant." We went over there and they sat us right down, no waiting or anything, and I thought that was really great. Chef Mickey still had a little bit of a wait, but Chef Mickey's always going to have a little bit of a wait. Mama Melrose didn't have a wait either. It was the mobile check-in thing is really great.
That's good. I was hoping it would be like, it sounds like it's something that's an improvement on the way it was anyway. So I do hope they learn and keep some of these things that are working really well. It sounds like that's one that's going to be. I'm excited to find out about that. To Philly Crew, do you guys have any questions about things coming up that you want to know how it's been going? I'm trying to see what else I wanted. I've written down.
What do you do?
I know I've been watching a lot of vlogs daily just to get
live
all the
streams
tips.
every day.
Yeah. Were you guys there when Hollywood Studios opened? I'm trying to get a sense of how hard it was to get. Were any of you able to get a Rise of the Resistance virtual pass?
I was at Hollywood Studios on opening day, and it was very difficult to get Rise of the Resistance. We did get it, but it filled up within minutes at 10 o'clock because, they're doing the staggered boarding passes now, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. It filled up within the first minute at 10 a.m., and I wasn't able to get it. At 1 o'clock, I tried, and I experienced some glitches. It was sort of glitchy, and I'm just hoping that sort of first day bugs that they've worked out. It kept kicking us out and saying something went wrong when we tried to make our travel party to get our boarding pass, and then it told me that it was full. So we weren't able to do it then, but I do think that they are giving enough for anybody who wants one, because at 4, all you heard all around you was cries of, "Yeah, we got it." And we got one too. So it was great. And also another thing that they are doing that's different now, they've changed their policy, I think. Now, this is not official, but this is just what a cast member told me, was that they are getting anyone who has a boarding pass on the ride. If you have a boarding pass, you're going to ride. They called us 3 minutes before the park closed, my boarding pass number. And we were there an hour after the park closed when we got off the ride. So I think that's really good. And they've also changed the ride a little bit for social distancing too.
Yeah, I've heard like it's one party per caller or something, and
No, well, they're doing. I don't want to spoil the ride for people who haven't ridden it yet, but they're doing 2 parties in some areas, and they're putting one party in each corner in other parts.
yeah, I know there's been a lot of talk on Twitter about how all that's working. But I think that instead of opening it up to where all of the slots are opening versus I think staggering out through the day is probably better. Because then you don't have to be there right when the park opens, right?
And my husband, especially, he works second shift, so he is not an early riser in any way, shape, or form. And we were there on Rise of the Resistance opening day in December. And I was like, I scared him because I was like, up, 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 we got to go. They're letting people in. We got to get there. And we were in the park by 6:30 a.m. and he was not a happy camper. So I like that for the people who aren't early risers, there's other opportunities now.
I agree, because we were there Christmas week and we were getting up. The thing is, a couple of times we were up at like 5 a.m. just to get there.
Yeah.
We get on it 4 times because we went there 4 different days, but it was rough getting up that early.
Yep. Especially now that I haven't been working, staying up late and then sleeping late. I'm all messed up.
Well, yeah, and it's 3. So, like right now, it's a 3-hour time difference for us. So, if we're getting up at 5 o'clock Florida time, it's actually 2 a.m.
No, yeah, 2 a.m.
for us of what we're used to. So, it's like, it's kind of like, do we really want to get up that early? I know we want to go on it because we haven't been yet. We didn't make it to Disneyland yet for it. And everything closed down because Disneyland had just opened in January and then everything closed. And so it was like, do we really want to get up that early when we go in June? But then everything closed and got pushed back and times changed and everything. So I was like, we're going 2 days to Hollywood Studios. So hopefully we'll get on it.
Well, and from what I've heard from watching a couple of people's videos, it seems like a lot of people are leaving the park well before 4 o'clock. So, it seems like your odds be better of getting that 4 o'clock time anyway, because there's going to be less people in the park.
And they're also.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, I'm glad they've staggered that time, because when we go, we're going in, I think August 17th is the week we're there. And I've still not done any of the Star Wars land. So it'll be our first time. So we're like, okay, we get one day, we get was it like 8 hours? And so at least there's some hope that we can get into that. Now the Mickey's Runaway, I guess we're just going to have to wait in line. For those other ones. But yeah, I'm really glad you've given me hope, Jill, that maybe we'll be able to get on that ride.
I think you will, especially they're limiting boarding passes to 1 a day per party. So if you got it at 10 a.m., you can't get it at 1 or 4, which I think is really good and really helps make it fair. And you mentioned Mickey's Runaway Railway. Oh, I said it right for a change. The line wasn't that bad. It was not great. But if you skip it at first, if you don't rush right to it, because that's what everybody did, because nobody's ridden it yet, and that's what everybody was there for. The line at first was 120 minutes. So we went on to Toy Story Land, and we did Toy Story. Oh. And sorry.
You did Toy Story Land. What else?
But waiting until later in the day, we only waited 30 minutes for Runaway Railway. So if you push it back a little, I think you'll have a better experience.
Well, I didn't even know that you were only doing 1 pass per group, because that's yeah, I didn't even know that. That's good to know.
For Rise of the Resistance, yeah, they're only letting 1. So they're keeping track of it via your tickets and the My Disney experience, and you're only allowed 1 time per day. So you can't get a time at all 3 times to try to make it more fair. So, yeah. Oop, we lost Jill. If she comes back, I'll put her back up. But yeah, we're just excited because, number one, we've never been to Walt Disney World before. So this could be a good thing for us because we'll be able to experience more of the rides, maybe, hopefully, with less, people there. So we are kind of, hi, Joe, welcome back.
Hi, sorry I couldn't hear anyone.
That's okay. So yeah, we're hopeful that with the less crowds that we'll be able to experience more rides since we've never been there. I am a little sad we're not going to get to see like the fireworks and because they're different than what they do at Disneyland a little bit, and the projections and stuff are different, and some of the shows aren't running. I am really upset they're not running the People Mover because that was like one of my huge things. I hope they figure out a way to get it working before we go in September. Like whatever they need to figure out to run it, I'm hopeful that they do because I missed that ride so much from Disneyland. It's one of the things I was looking forward to like hugely.
We're actually willing to sign a second waiver saying, yes, we will not hold you responsible if we can ride the People Mover.
Let me ride the People Mover.
I heard they're working on putting some magnets either on the track or between the cars so they not bump into each other, and that's why it's not opened yet. So hopefully soon.
Yeah, whatever they're doing to it, just hope it's going up and going by September because that's one of the things that. So like now, like the list of things I was looking forward to is now down to like 3 things because everything's closed that I was looking forward to essentially. So I'm like,
well, the Country Bear Jamboree
yes,
is still open.
I missed that in Disneyland so much. So I'm so happy I'm going to get to see that and get to show Jillian that because I love that from when I was a kid in Disneyland. I do love Winnie the Pooh though, and that took its place, so I'm a little bit not so sad.
I can't believe you've never been to Disney World.
No, we haven't because we live in Arizona. Disneyland's an 8-hour drive. Like, we just always go to Disneyland.
That makes sense. I've been to Disneyland once, but being in Georgia, it's the 8-hour drive south to Disney World. So
Disneyland is, an 8-hour drive from us, and so we just go to Disneyland.
And the really cool thing about going to Disneyland is we can just be like, on a Thursday, just go, hey, we're going to go on Sunday, and we're going to come back Wednesday.
Yeah, we go like on his days off. We'll just, like there was a year we had annual passes. We would just like decide to go and up and go for the weekend,
Yeah, there was one time.
Yeah, there was literally
Thursday afternoon. Hey, when you get home, you're packing. We're going to Disneyland. We're picking you up tomorrow, and then we're heading out of town. I was like, okay.
It's not that far, It's like a real quick drive, like.
And you guys still have Mr. Toad, though, so.
Yeah, we do.
So true.
I miss Mr. Toad.
We do. Mr. Toad's, we go on it every time we go.
We have a joke about Mr. Toad's.
So, yeah, because, like, when you're going through hell, it's really hot, so it feels like home to us. So we always say, hi, home!
Yeah, there's actually 2 rides in Disneyland that take us back to Arizona. The train, because it goes through the Grand Canyon, and Mr. Toad's because it goes through hell.
Yeah, we always say, welcome home, we're home. There was one time we got stuck there, the ride stopped, and we were like, we
actually got stuck where the doors were, where the hot air was coming down. He actually got stuck under there.
So we got stuck there in hell, and we're like, okay, this is like home. It's hot. Okay, is the ride like stop? Like, and then it went forward, and then he got stuck in there, 2 cars behind us.
Yep.
I'm like, oh yeah, no. This isn't working for me. If I'm gonna get stuck on a ride, I want to get stuck on Little Mermaid when you're leaning back and the AC is blowing straight on you.
If you were gonna get stuck on Little Mermaid, I'd rather be in
the chariot.
Yeah, with Mom, because it's open and it's just blowing air right on you, and it's like, oh, that's so good.
So we have in here. Brian, do we see another large-scale shutdown in the Disney parks this year, you think? I don't think Walt Disney World is going to shut down. I think it costs them too much money, personally. They're going to try to figure out how to keep it open.
I think short of the government saying no, you have to, I don't think they will. And I think Florida makes too much money off the tourism. At least, certain parts of Florida. Um, I think they're definitely going to try to keep everything open as much as they can.
I think having been there and experienced the reopening and the procedures that they have in place, I felt very safe. Um, I felt like they had gone above and beyond, and once again, Disney set the gold standard for it. Um, I think that there's no reason for them to shut down unless, like you said, the government tells them they have to, because they've gone really above and beyond to make it safe and to keep everything clean.
I agree. Like having been to City Walk, Disney Springs, Universal Studios, we even went down to Celebration, the little Disney city. I have that is the safest I've felt getting out of my house since quarantine. The town we live up here in Georgia, like people are just not masking. I mean, I'm sure you've heard on the news a little bit about Georgia. They're not always for the masks, and but going into those areas of Disney and Universal, the temperature checks, the constant making sure everybody's distancing, the amount of I had to go wash my hands because I had like layers of hand sanitizer on. So it was like greasy, and then you go wash your hands just to layer up more hand sanitizer. But it does make you feel good for when you like do those things on your face. You're like, okay, did I? Nope. I've had 10 times over the amount of hand sanitizer. So I just felt safer there than I have going to the grocery stores and everything else around here.
Yeah, I'm a travel agent, and my boss said the same thing when she went. She felt safer at Disney than at the grocery store because she said at the grocery store they weren't social distancing at all. Like people would come right up to her. But after David got exposed at work when they were all wearing masks and they were all cleaning, I don't trust that masks are going to protect anyone from getting it out all over the place anymore. So I don't really care anymore, but I'll do it because I have to and I want to go. But yeah, I don't trust that a mask will stop you from anybody from giving it to anybody else anymore. But but yeah, here it's like they left it up to the mayors. Our governor went, I'm not going to say anything. I'll leave it up to each individual town mayor to do. So some of them are requiring masks and some aren't. So like in Phoenix, you'll have one city and the next city over is not. So like you don't know if you need a mask or not. So you just have one with you. And if you're in a place that says put a mask on, you take it out and put it on. If you're not, that's kind of what they're doing here. It's like, and then some people are wearing masks all the time because that's just what they want to do. But like, yeah, here it depends on the city that you're in.
The thing I think is funny is the Phoenix metropolitan area covers like 5 cities.
No, it's more than that. But like one city, and then the next city over, you won't have a mask requirement, and then the next city you will, and it's just kind of.
Or like it depends on the business.
Some of them are requiring and some aren't, so it's just kind of hit or miss.
I feel like Disney is going to do whatever the smartest thing is, and if at any point, I don't think these numbers climbing is going to be much of a shock to them. I'm sure that they've done so much research, they knew that this was a possibility, and that they've probably planned for that to an extent. But I mean, they've even said if it just gets to the point where they have to, they will. And we already had reservations. They accommodated, like we had all the dining plan and stuff. My folks who were watching, hi mom and dad, they had reservations that they had to for Fort Wilderness, and so they had to cancel those and reschedule, and they have been like incredible with making sure they've got the time period they want and the site they want. They're just bending over backwards making sure that people are still happy, even though it's not a happy thing to have to do.
Yeah, they are. We were at for the first part of we're switching hotels because we ended up pushing out our June trip to my September work trip with the travel agency. we're combining the two, and so we were we're going to be staying at All Star Movies, but the All Stars aren't reopening right away, so I had to call and they moved us to Pop,
which was where I wanted to be anyway.
Right, but when I initially looked, Pop didn't have any wheelchair accessible rooms, it said. So we went to All Star Movies, which did have wheelchair accessible rooms available. But when they moved us, I said, I need to make sure I'm still in a wheelchair accessible room. So, and the guy said they had some showing available. So I don't know if they had people cancel which is possible. I know a lot of people, especially with me, my doctor. So he had an appointment with my doctor. My doctor told him, don't be near Melissa because we go to the same doctor. Because if she gets this, it could be really bad. And I had already started coughing by then. I was like, it's too late. But he had a virtual appointment because since he had a positive coronavirus test, they weren't letting anyone in the office, but he needed to see the doctor. And so he was telling him, stay away from Melissa, stay in another part of the house, like don't be near her. And I'm like, it's too late, I'm coughing.
Meanwhile, I'm using her headset
in my room
attached to her
computer
in her room to talk to him. And it's like little late.
And I was already coughing by then anyway, so I was like, well, I've already got it. But he was like, yeah, we were all afraid it was going to be really bad for me because of my asthma, because I am diabetic, I have high blood pressure, like I have everything. They're like, it's going to kill you if you get it thing going on. And then I just had a cough for a week and a headache. But he's the one that got it worse. He's the one that was in bed for 2 weeks. Like,
yeah, it's like I was so dizzy. I actually stole one of her canes to help me go to the bathroom, so that way
he couldn't get up out of bed and like walk to the bathroom. He was like, and
I felt like I was going to fall over.
He was weak and dizzy, and
he spent 3 days not eating. Also,
nope, just staying in bed, and he was freezing the whole time.
And
like he had blankets upon blankets on him. No fever, but he was freezing.
And I don't miss many meals.
No, he didn't eat for 3 days, didn't get out of bed for 3 days. Like,
I had to share a bed with him, and I would like kind of get close to him, and he would be like, "You're cold, leave me alone.
Get away from me."
Because so instead of going on our trip, we had planned an Arizona road trip, and we left, and then that's when they both started feeling bad when we were there. So we just ended up staying in the hotel room instead of doing anything. But they were sharing a bed because they were both had symptoms and I didn't, so they were trying to stay away from me.
I didn't want to breathe on her,
Yeah. It was funny.
And I don't remember if it was day 2 or day 3, but like I ended up with all of his blankets on me, and I was like, "How are you not? How are you still cold with the fact that you've got like 5 on you?"
Had like all these blankets. It was funny.
I stole one of hers. I got extra ones from the front desk.
And he was literally laying there shivering.
And I'm never cold.
No, he
Never.
doesn't get cold.
So do Philly Crew, when are you guys going again? And what is your reservations? Like what parks did you get reservations for?
Yeah, so we check in on the 13th, but the first 5 days we're staying at Universal, so we're staying at Cabana Bay. And then after that, the next 11 days we're at Polynesian. We're DVC members, so
Yeah.
So jealous.
so for that, I think we ended up with like 4 days at Magic Kingdom, 3 at Epcot, 3 at Hollywood Studios, and 1 at Animal Kingdom. And we were able to get all our dining reservations back, except for we had brunch at the Contemporary.
California Grill.
Oh, California Grill.
Yeah.
That
but
we
they're not
couldn't
doing
get.
brunch. They're not doing it. So
that was our first time, so we were really looking forward to that. And Toledo, down up on top of the Gran Destino, because the basketball players are staying there.
Have you been to the Riviera, to the place that's what's the name of it?
Topolino's?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that what you were just talking about? Yeah, because that's one of the places we want to get a reservation for.
Yeah,
we got a reservation.
We have a reservation for this trip. We did it back in December as well.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's a character, right?
Only the breakfast is character.
Oh, okay.
Dinner and lunch is not.
Yeah, we were. I got some of our reservations that we hadn't scheduled back. We had, but we had to change some of our park day plans with the park scheduling stuff and the fact that my travel agency keeps changing our training plans on a daily basis. So that's going to be interesting. But
They changed it again?
yeah, so they so I think we only have, we're doing Be Our Guest because I wanted to do that really bad. But they're not doing breakfast, and they're not doing the regular lunch service they had. It's now lunch and dinner is just the 3-course meal. So we're doing Be Our Guest, sci-fi dining. We have a or not sci-fi, the 50s diner.
Yeah.
And then we have a reservation at California Grill the first night when we get there. And then there's one other one that I made. I can't remember. What are you doing?
Those are good choices.
That's good. And then I figured we were probably just going to end up doing like quick service the rest of the time while we're there. But that's kind of where we're at right now. I wanted to do Chef de France so bad, but it's not opening. So in Epcot.
I would say it could still open up because I noticed there's a lot of shops that Disney had said that would close, and I'm slowly seeing some of those open up. So I think today or yesterday, Star Traders and Magic Kingdom just opened up, and I think I saw a couple other places like that. So because there's a lot closed at World Showcase that we're hoping starts opening up, even if it's slowly.
Yeah, I think they just have to rearrange the cast members because they don't have their
college program.
The college program and the international people to be there. So
yeah, I know. I keep hoping certain things are going to open before our trip, but we can't plan for it. So, but I am looking out for it if it does. We're also and then so we switched from Pop to we're staying at Yacht Club, and so that's going to be fun. I don't think that's one of the ones.
That's a nice little upgrade.
Well, so that's
a fancy place.
That's where we got the group rate for my training. That's where I was going to be for the training trip for my travel agency, and then so we just paid that off, and then I asked if I could get more days, and they're like, no, we're not allowed to get more days. So that's why we went to Pop. But yeah, we got a really great group rate for Yacht Club. It made it really affordable for us, so I'm happy. I get to try out Yacht Club.
That's nice.
Well,
nice place.
We got to get that s'mores cookie while we're at Pop. So.
Right. So he was all upset that Pop was going to be closed because at first they were like, yeah, we're just opening DVC resorts, and I was like, well, I don't know if Pop's going to be open or not. And then they released the list of when stuff's going to open. I'm like, okay, it's going to be open, so we can go get your oatmeal cookie at Pop.
Oh, is it an oatmeal cookie? I thought it was a s'mores cookie.
That was oatmeal. Oh, it might be s'mores.
There was
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Wanted.
I don't remember.
Cookie
I think it's s'mores. Right. Why would Disney advertise an oatmeal cookie?
The cream pie cookie in one of the videos. I can't remember if it was s'mores or oatmeal cream pie. I don't know. He likes watching DFB, and they have this food on there all the time, and I can never remember what it all is. But
I've gone and watched DFB and taken notes, like taken strict notes, so I would know what to go try. And you know what else? Like that, while we were down there, we went to the Disney Outlet, and that's another one that we are anxiously waiting and hoping is open by the time that we get there, because it didn't look like it had been touched. My mom and I went, and waited for opening. We saw on the Google Maps that it showed it was finally opening. It had been shown as closed like for months, right? And then the week we were there, it showed that it was opening at 10 a.m. And so we got there about 9:30, hoping. There was nothing. It looked like a ghost town inside. There was just no movement. There was boxes in the aisles and stuff like that. But that is one of the things I am really hoping gets open soon. And if you haven't heard about it, Disabled Disney, you guys have got to go check it out. If it is open when you're there, it is so worth. They get all those Disney Parks things in it, and like these ears were $4 at the parks. I mean, at the oh, what's it called? The
Character Warehouse.
Character Warehouse. Yes, that's it. You guys clearly have been. It is like our favorite place to go stock up on.
Yeah, that is one of the places I wanted to go so bad in June. Like,
plus you can get a lot of the mugs, right? They're like sometimes like $5. I mean, yeah.
They had the Banshees. The Banshees, we paid $50 each. They were $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got like 3 of those. Yep.
Yeah.
And they oh yeah, my parents, like when you see their Disney wall, it's just full of all these, like they happen to get the right place at the right time. And we've gotten there's two different ones, and one of them we found Loungefly backpacks for like $30. You know, the sparkly ones that are originally like 80. I mean, some incredible deals.
Yeah, we got the Mad Tea with the Alice in Wonderland or Mad Teacups.
It was teacups on
the Loungefly bag. But yeah, you're right. It's like our daughter saw it and I'm like, $30. Yay.
Yeah, I used to budget like 100 to between 100 and 200 for like stuff, you know, like for when I would go down, this is what I can afford. I maybe get one t-shirt and a keychain and like a mug or something. And for that amount of money, you can get like bags full for like Christmas, and everybody in our family gets Disney presents when we've had a chance to go to the Disney Character Warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the things I'm hoping so much opens by the time we get down there. So much. I am hoping so bad. Okay, so Brian has a question. How long does the mask mandate last at Disney? Your best guess? At least until next September, based on what some of the stuff they've released are going. I think it's going to be at least till next year, through the end of next year, probably. What do you guys think?
My guess would be till the end of the year. Like that's just based on, nothing. It's just, it just seems like it's probably going to take that long to get that everything under control. But I mean, who knows? Really, it's just speculation.
I know. Yeah.
I agree. To at least the end of this year.
At least. Or till there's a vaccine. Never know. Because they don't want to be liable for all the people either.
Right. I mean, personally, on some of the stuff they said, I think it's probably, all these changes are probably going to be at least through next year. Because I don't know if you guys know how long it takes to make a vaccine or not, but it took them like 20 years to make the flu vaccine. And they still have to guess every year what strain's going to be the big strain and make the vaccine for what it's looking like it's going to go to. I remember one year I was sitting there, we were giving people flu shots, and my doctor was like, I don't know why we're giving them flu shots. They made the vaccine for the wrong strain because everyone's coming in has this strain, and and this is the strain the vaccine covers. And she was like, oh.
Well, the thing with the vaccine is the companies that are working on them, that are going through trials, are actually already making them, hoping that they pass trial 3. So, like, I know governments have been given these pharmaceuticals, but it's still not going to be enough for everyone. But I think if it looks promising, I could see maybe springtime trying for Disney to ramp up for its 50th anniversary.
Yeah, and I think they're going to err on the side of caution for a long time and just try to be overly safe. They just can't afford to not be with having that anniversary coming up.
Right, and they don't want to shut down again, and so the safer they could be, the longer it's going to be. That's why I think it's probably going to be till like the end of next year, probably, for the masks. That's just, I mean, again, it's all speculation. None of us know anything. Sure, Michael, send me a message on Twitter. We can try to figure that out for you. see where we at. Great.
Uh,
Yeah,
bottom.
it's not really an upgrade,
Bottom.
but we love Pop
She's
Century. We're
talking
going
about
back.
your upgrade to
Oh,
the.
so yeah, it wasn't really an upgrade. It's just that was already set for my training trip in September. So I had the June trip set for us at Pop Century, and then I had my September training trip set. And then when we had to combine the trips,
Oh, I gotcha.
so we weren't really upgraded. It was just we just got a really great group rate for it for my training in September that was scheduled like a while ago. But yeah, this is going to be our first time at any of them. So are you worried at all about all the chemicals being used to clean everything at the parks? No, because they're using all approved chemicals. They have the brand, I know that they said they're using all the CDC approved chemicals. It's all stuff that's not, as long as you're not drinking it, you can wash it off your hands and stuff. And I'm not worried about it. Are you guys worried about any of that stuff?
I have kind of
Especially-
a blind trust towards Disney. So, I mean, if they've approved it, I figure they've been around long enough. They've done their homework, and it's
They
going
have
to be
the lawyers. They have the,
well,
they
they're
have
going to
all-
make it safe for animals to be around as well. And, they have to take a lot of the fact that children are going to come up and put their mouth on things that they've just cleaned. I mean, I'm sure they've thought about all of this, and I just trust it,
Yeah, we agree.
Yeah, well, in the beginning of this, I was bleaching everything down there. Like, I was killing them. They're like, it smells like bleach in this house too. Because we didn't have anything else but like the spray bleach. So that's what I was doing, wiping
that's
everything.
what I did.
Yeah.
I've been using Lysol wipes and alcohol wipes for everything, and then hand sanitizer and all that stuff. And I stay home most of the time anyway. I don't hardly go anywhere anyway, so I don't hardly ever leave the house. He's the only one that really ever leaves the house, and it's just to go to work and stuff.
I did when
and-
I was still working in the office.
That's
but
true. She got moved to home with her job with all this hit.
And the thing that I think is funny is the hand sanitizer that we've got at work. They're using the alcohol for it instead of doing what they normally do of distilling the alcohol specifically for hand sanitizer. They're just getting cheap tequila to use that alcohol.
They are not.
Yes, they are.
Really?
Yes, they are.
Wow.
They're using cheap tequila
So it's a
or
higher
cheap
alcohol.
and it's like you open it up and take a whiff of it. You smell that
Alcohol.
it's either tequila or rum that they're using in that.
Why
Really?
does that not
Yeah.
surprise me?
Well,
though?
Disney's using Purell. It says it on all the little. Purell's a good, reputable brand for hand sanitizer. They have been a long time. They're really using them.
Oh yeah.
Seriously? Wow.
I'll grab one of the bottles and bring
Well,
it to you.
you
You can
threatened to
smell
do
it.
that, so I could.
So you can smell it. I mean, clearly you open it up and it's like, is that Bacardi?
Well, we were using tequila couple of nights a week and mixing it with some lime juice and drinking it just to kind of help out with, potential cleansing and coronavirus stuff.
Hey, going back, so Pop Century, are you guys planning on going on the Skyliner?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So I would recommend using that. When we stayed there in December, we always took the Skyliner to Epcot because that back entrance to World Showcase always seems to be the less crowded. You can get right into the park. So just little tip for you guys.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
great getting on. There was no line, and this was Christmas time, and we just got right on at Pop Century, rode it, and it was great.
Yeah.
We didn't do it to Hollywood Studios because it didn't run that early to get to Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what we were thinking we were going to have to take like a minivan, but now that they've changed it to where, you can get a ticket later in the day, we might not have to do that anymore. We might not have to get up first thing in the morning.
Yeah, generally speaking, when we go to Disneyland, we don't get up first thing in the morning.
Because but we're gonna have to change the way we normally do Disney because we normally stay till park closing, which is like 1:00 in the morning, but they're closing at like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. now. So it's like we're not gonna.
Which is like 6 for us.
It's like we're not gonna have the same way of doing it.
But there is a lot to see in Walt Disney World outside of the parks, as far as like the resorts and stuff. So if you've got a car or if you don't mind taking some of the transportation, just go and visit as many resorts as you can. It's totally worth it.
If they're going to let people in, I've heard that they've been really, unless you have like a dining reservation or something, they're stopping people from resort hopping. So that way, unless you're staying at the resort or have a dining reservation, I've heard it's hard to like.
Or a mobile order for a.
Not if you take a monorail to the resort or a bus, they're not going to stop you. That's what I've seen from other vloggers and live streamers.
Yeah, they were taking the bus from Disney Springs to the resorts to tour the resorts, film it, and then go back.
Yeah. But if you're driving into it, yes, they're going to turn you away if you don't have a reservation.
They don't want you parking there.
Oh, so they don't want you parking there and then like hopping the bus to Disney Springs, and probably is what they're.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like my boss, she had said that, to tell everybody to expect to not be able to resort hop like normal, and because she was told she goes to deliver like goodie baskets to our clients and stuff, and she said she was being given a hard time at one of the resorts she was taking a goodie basket to, but I don't know if that's because they changed the policy to where like you can't order stuff and have it sent anymore like ahead of time, like you have to be there now. You're not supposed to be able to order like ahead and have stuff delivered, because I guess you used to be able to do that, and now they want you like to physically be on property before you order stuff. So I don't know, that's what I heard. All right, is there anything else that you guys can think of? Because what I really wanted to know about was the mobile ordering and the masks. Those were like my huge concerns with the gift card. Anything else that you guys? Oh, Ready Set Autism said she's going to bed. Night, guys. So anything else that you guys wanted to ask Angie? Anything that you guys want to ask Angie, because she's been since all this started?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
I haven't actually been in the Disney parks. We just went on property and went to Disney Springs, and then we did Universal Studios.
Don't worry about me.
What?
You were there.
I was there. Yeah, it definitely, believe me, driving into Disney Springs just made me want to cry because it just felt like going home. It was the closest you could get, but leaving and not going back to your hotel, your Disney Resort hotel, was very sad. I missed that. My mom and I talked about that.
Oh, thank you, Vicki. Hopefully you can come next time. So we are still planning sing-alongs. We're still working on those some more. And what's coming up next for Do Philly Crew on your guys' channel? Anything interesting? Anything?
We have a date and time for the villains one.
Yeah. We just have a trivia vlog that we do every Tuesday. So we have a new one coming out tomorrow. And then we just have a live stream every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. But we usually don't come up with what we're going to talk about until about a couple of days before.
Yeah, we argue. He's like, you didn't come up with an idea. I'm like, I gave you all these ideas. You don't like any ideas.
Yeah, so we always, it's hard for us to plan too far in advance. But if you join us, I think people have fun.
No, because we're trying to do something different than everybody else. So everybody does the same stuff. So it's hard to come up with original ideas.
I get that. He wants to know what new McDonald's. There's a new McDonald's.
I can tell you about that. I can tell you about that.
McDonald's.
We went. That's my mom. My mom and I went, and we did a video. It's on my channel, and it's the video. It's right on Disney property. In my video, I tell you where it is, but I think it's off Buena Vista, and gosh, I can't remember. But it is massive. It looks like you're going to a stadium. And there's all kinds of like solar panels on top. The inside is pretty much all like digital where you just place your order. There's hardly even a counter. And there's like this place where kids can go and play digital games, and the outside is cool. It's got big tables, like it's a huge outdoor area. They've got these bikes that you can get on and pedal, and it lights up the big M on the wall. Lots of green, like it's like a living wall. Like there's just plants all the way up and around the walls. It's definitely worth checking out if you have a minute while you're there. And yeah, definitely worth checking out.
Oh, that's so cool. Do you have anything coming up for your YouTube channel that you want to plug right now?
Yeah, I just did a resort tour for the resort that we were at, which is not a Disney resort. And then I've got another Universal vlog coming up, and then more crafty patches. I bought some patches while I was at Disney, and so more just kind of quarantined back in. So it's just going to be making videos of stuff I already did, or doing in-house stuff until I can get back to Disney.
And you're going like soon, right? In August?
Yeah, middle of August. Yeah. It may overlap with while the Do Feel Like crew is there. We're going to be at Pop Century, and we'll be, Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom are the two parks we're going to go while we're there. It's for our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, we check into Disney on August 18th.
Yep. Yeah, so it'll be the same.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Try that again. We check in whatever that Monday is, and we'll be there for the length of that week.
Oh, nice.
Pop.
Yep.
Yeah.
We love Pop. That's fun.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah, we're really excited to stay there and get that, experience and figured out and everything. We're really excited to be able to go since it's our first time. And we do have some downtime. Like we have a down day in the middle, and then the first day we get there, we have some downtime. And then the day we leave, we have some downtime before we go. So we're planning on going into Disney Springs a few times and trying to explore around there, and
Definitely wandering around.
into.
Yeah, definitely wandering around the hotel.
Are we doing something that Wednesday?
Definitely wise to plan that downtime.
Yeah, I have to. I can't do like a week at Disney without something. I can't physically do that anymore. I'm not up to it. So, when what? What's she saying when for? She said when. Oh, so we have a date for the villain sing along.
Oh, so it's October 19th of this year. It's going to be at 6 p.m., which is our normal live stream time.
Mountain Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Not yeah.
Normal. I know Grateful said that she was going to do it.
Yeah,
Yes.
what'd you say that date? Yes. What's the date again? I was writing that down.
2020.
19th.
Yep.
And I
Because we
did
do
message it to you on
I
Twitter.
can message you again, but so we do our live streams on Monday because that's his day off work. So that's why we do stuff on Monday.
I'm sitting there nodding, and I'm not even on the camera. Going, yep, day off. Yep.
You know what? That's what it feels like when you're taking a picture at Disney, and you've got your selfie out and you're like smiling under your mask, and I'm like trying to, oh yeah, it's just, why am I smiling? You can't not smile under that mask.
Oh.
Yeah, I noticed we were doing that at work too. We were smiling at each other. You're like, yeah, hey, here you go. Have a good day. It's like you can't see it.
Underneath the mask.
It's like you can't tell. So,
That's funny. You're hilarious, funny. All right.
I could do an impression.
Oh.
The vulture from Looney Tunes. Everybody remember the vulture from Looney Tunes? Anybody remember? All right. Check this out. Scoot over a little bit so that way I can. Ready? Okay.
You're cracking Meredith up.
Rob's smiling.
You're cracking Meredith up.
That's the only impression I can do. But
Okay, she wants to know when the trivia is, guys. The Philly crew. When's your trivia night?
It's just a video.
It's just a video that we upload. It's so if you want, it's just test your knowledge about the parks. So we throw it up, during the day on Tuesday for people to view and try to answer 10 questions. It's about 4 minutes long.
And this is out volume what?
We're up to like episode 13.
So there's other ones you can go on our channel now and watch the other ones that.
Yeah, we have a playlist if people are interested.
Yeah, they're really fun. It even says they're challenging questions. Because I pick stuff that I don't know, so hopefully that other people don't know either, and they learn something, and it's fun. It's not fun if you know all the questions, if you know the answers.
Yeah.
So do you have a video that shows more of that castle in the background? I didn't wear my glasses, so I didn't see what it was. But I'm seeing it now, and I see the lights, and it looks like a Star Wars Disney castle.
No, it's the Cinderella's castle.
So it's the Cinderella Lego castle.
Ah.
And those are Philips Hue's lights that I have that I just, for our live streams, that's the look I was kind of going with.
It works. It's really cool.
Thank you.
Especially when I wear these.
Me too.
You can see it. Yeah, it's really cool. That Lego Cinderella castle looks amazing. I've seen pictures of it, and then other people I've seen have put it together. It looks amazing, but I don't know if I have the patience to do that.
Yeah, I think I would get frustrated with it.
I don't think any of us have the patience to sit and build something like that.
That's kudos to you guys, because I don't think I could do that. But yeah, check out the DePhilly crew. Anybody that's still here, check out Grateful for Disney's channel for Angie. I love her videos. And thank you guys for coming and being on our panel chat about Walt Disney World.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us on. Really had fun tonight.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. I love doing this. I just love talking about Disney stuff at all, period. I'll talk about it for days.
So do we.
It's like
yeah. Very much so.
Especially nowadays. Goodness, it's like you need that bit of happiness.
I know.
Yeah.
Because we can't go. It's so
It's
sad.
gonna be a couple months, and then we'll be there.
I know. I keep hoping that Disneyland's gonna open so we can go, because those tickets are burning a hole. You know how when they say something's burning a hole and the money's burning a hole in your pocket? It's like I have those tickets sitting, they're just burning a hole in my pocket. I want to go.
Yeah, and all it is gas in the hotel room, so it's pretty cheap for us to go once we have the tickets.
Yep, because we already have the tickets. So.
Well, you guys know. Well, Angie, you know. If you've already got the tickets, it doesn't cost you much to go.
No, when you have them, it's just take that weekend and go.
Yep, and our weekend falls on a Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, because those are his days off. So those tend to be less, busy days. So works out for us. All right. Well, thank you guys so much.
Dates
for
October.
I don't know what
for work. I need the dates
for next year. I don't.
No, this year.
We don't have anything planned for October this year.
September.
Oh.
Yeah, I need the dates.
Okay, that's easy. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.